Hi guys, my name is Karen, also known as Care Bear, and I wanted to thank everyone for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I am doing videos of events and festival EDM life and EDM content, and I kind of wanted to do an intro video on my experience with festival life. I actually got this idea from Emma Kapotes' video. Shout out to you, girl. You kind of inspired me to create my own content. And she got a list of these questions from another festival YouTuber called Vibe with Aid. Shout out to you, girl, too, for like being you. You guys are doing like amazing. And I kind of just wanted to answer these questions so you guys can find out more about me and see what I'm coming from. And if you guys have any questions, if you actually care what I have to say or you're interested, definitely comment. And I hate the sound of my voice. I don't know why I'm doing this, but we're just gonna roll with it. Ha! I'm already messing up. What was your first festival? I'm getting ahead of myself. What was my first festival? So if you guys know me personally, I'm from New York. So of course, one of the first festivals that are so well known that I've been to was Electric Zoo Festival, also known as EZoo. The first one I went to was back in 2012. I've been 5 times ever since, and I loved it, and I still love it, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. All right, so next question is, what was your first concert? So we're kind of shifting gears. We're going back, like, I would say like 10, 12 years ago. My first concert was Hilary Duff. If anyone remembers Hilary Duff, I mean, who doesn't know who Hilary Duff is? She's like amazing. She was literally like my idol growing up. Like, I loved all her show, like her Lizzie McGuire show, of course, the movies she was in, her music, and I want to say this was the tour. I think it was the Come Clean tour. If you guys know any of those songs, please like this video, because like you guys are OG if you know what songs I'm talking about from that album. But yeah, I was probably like, I don't know, 6 or 7. My brother took me to my first concert. I was obsessed with her, had posters of her everywhere. And like, it's so crazy, she has like a baby now. Like, shout out to you, Hilary Duff, if you're watching this. But yeah, Hilary Duff to EDM, like. And I just realized between like Hilary Duff and the EDM like transition, she's actually married to and her baby daddy, I don't know what to call him that. The father of her child is Matthew Coma, and he actually sang Spectrum, Zed Spectrum, if you guys remember, it's a throwback song back in the day. He also sang, I think, Years with I don't know, he sang like a few like EDM vocal songs. Like, he has a really high pitched, like distinctive, good ass voice for a male, and that's just so funny. Like, I just kind of noticed that little coincidence there, so. Okay, I'll be honest, I've been to so many like events and shows. As far as festivals, I've only been to like 2, so I don't want to be like, I don't know, this is like an unfair question for me, because within the next few years I want to be attending actual festival events rather than just going to like local shows, which I love. They're my life. I mean, they're all I could afford sometimes. But the only 2 festivals I've really been to were Electric Zoo, New York, EDC New York, which was a very short, I'll have like a story time or answer questions, because like that doesn't exist anymore. And I went to Moonrise Festival in Maryland. So I mean, if EDC New York was just a preview of what EDC Las Vegas is gonna be, then alright, so what was your favorite set? It sucks because I actually didn't get to experience these sets firsthand, but I do listen to SoundCloud a lot and they always post all these sets. So I'm gonna say top 3. Well, one that I actually did experience was, of course, Electric Zoo Above and Beyond back in 2012 when I actually experienced them for the first time. Like, that was just the type of set that like changed my life. It changed my outlook. Like, I will get all deep on and do a separate video on my experience with seeing Above and Beyond, but that was definitely like an amazing set if you're like a trance lover. Switching gears, my favorite, I like Keizo, Diplo and Friends. He posted one, I want to say like a year and a half ago. He posted a set with Diplo and Friends, Keizo. Trap, like vocals, hard, like literally the drop after drop, like it's so energetic. you just want to play it over and over. I remember like that whole like spring into summer into fall, that whole year that was all I was listening to, and like I memorized that set like word for word, beat for beat, like drop for drop. But like, you know, when you just know when the drop's about to go down, like I literally know everything. And then my most recently favorite set was Slander, EDC Las Vegas 2018. I just saw Slander recently, so I was listening to that set over and over again, and it is amazing. Like the way they just go so hard in between it, and then in the middle is when they have all these vocals that just like touch your soul and get you in your feels. Like I love it so much. So definitely those are my top three. Set wise, because of course there's so many like good sets that have good moments, but just overall like set, like definitely those three I would say. All right, so your favorite DJ producer. I mentioned Above and Beyond before. I just like, I don't know, if you're like a trance person, if you're a person getting your feels, like they are the ones that you want to listen to. Also the fact that they're just very like musically like inclined, like they also are, before they got into the EDM community, they did a lot of like, they played instruments, they did a lot of classical music, they had like their own little band thing, and like they're just so like like of course like I'm not throwing any shade at any DJ. Every DJ like works so hard and they're amazing, and you know, don't get me wrong, but the way Above and Beyond approaches their music, they start from like a simple music sheet. They go back to basics when it comes to making their music, and I like appreciate that from them so much. Like, and of course they take it to the next step and put the electronic blends into it, which is, it makes it even more incredible. I value even their acoustic music. Literally like touches my soul. Like literally it's so beautiful. And just their lyrics too, their messages, just everything overall. Like their beats are catchy, like you could dance to it, you could cry to it, you could vibe. Literally they give everything. So I mean, especially in our era of electronic music, they are like pioneers. Like they are the top, like everyone knows them, like for good or bad, mostly good of course. And then I guess like switching gears, I would say Seven Lions is another amazing producer. He really takes his beats and his lyrics into play. He is so like smart and intricate with how he applies everything together. It blows my mind. All his shows are like so good too, and like just the music and his collaborations with all these artists, like he is just insane. Like I remember I was like very young when I found Seven Lions, and his music has definitely evolved since then, and it's just getting even more. Alright, so the best DJ to hear live. Okay, I have a few. Like I'm just gonna give you like my whole wide range of like what kind of music I like. So I'm gonna go with Yellow Claw, Keizo, Slander, Swedish House Mafia, Alesso, Don Diablo, Bingo Players, oh my god, I'm getting stuck. Oh my god, this is actually really hard. I'm on the spot, I'm like on hot seat. Who do I like seeing live? Zed's Dead, Excision, Bass Nectar, Rez, oh my god, why am I freaking out? Cascade, like, I'm so overwhelmed, because like, I'm like thinking of all the shows and all the people I've seen, it's like literally overwhelming me. But I mean, just overall, any like trap, I love like hardcore, trap, drum and bass, like, give me a beat and I literally won't stop dancing, like, just give me that at a live show and I'm happy. Oh, give me a lot of vocals, like, that's why I respect artists like Cash and Tritonial, Zed, of course, like Swedish House Mafia, Lesso, all them, like, because of the lyrics. I love Tiesto, I can't front, I love Tiesto. But yeah, back to like the question, I'm just rambling about all the artists that I like forgot to mention before. Benny Benassi. It's gonna keep coming. Like throughout this video, I'm just gonna say random artists that I remember that are like amazing. But oh yeah, like recorded here. I guess yeah, Bright Lights is pretty up there. Like her vocals are insane. Like, and she's worked with so many people, so I definitely appreciate her music. And Rez too. Rez is like a whole other like ballpark. Like with the music like she's bringing in, it's insane. Like she's definitely new to our radio generation. And you just put on those headphones and listen to Rez. Like what? Like you know. Alright, so kind of changing the type of question. This one is your favorite best festival moment. Okay, so I have a few. I guess I could start when I was younger. I would say EDC New York. I think, yeah, this was the first one that I went to. It was back in 2015. No, 14. It was New York, EDC New York 2014. Yes. So Hardwell was at main stage, and I was having like, it was just such a good vibe. Like this was like, I was like underage. I literally got like a fake ID so I can get into an 18 plus event. I didn't even drink. I didn't even want to drink. I literally just wanted to get into the event. So like that's actually so funny now, thinking I'm 22 now, that I used a fake ID. Not to get alcohol or anything, because I wasn't really into that when I was younger, but literally just to get into the festival. So that's funny. So of course, getting in with the fake ID was definitely the best festival experience. And then once we were finally in there, the vibes were so good. The music, the art, the color, the costume, like everything's just so beautiful about it. But a specific moment, I got on some random guy's shoulders. Like literally he just asked me and I was like, you know what? I don't care if I don't think he can lift me. If he can't, we'll find out the hard way. But he was able to. And this was right when Hardwell was playing and I was literally on his shoulders. Like, I still to this day, I don't remember what the guy looks like. Girls, if you could relate to this, please let me know, because I know I'm not the only one. But yeah, he had me on his shoulders and I had the best view of everything. Like, Hardwell's literally like right in front of me. Like it was just such a good vibe, and like the confetti flew over me. Like that was just one of those moments, like I'm just like, wow, like this is life. Like I'm here, this is my life, this is great. Now fast forward to like many years later, and another best festival moment was Izu this year. I think this was probably like my best, it was my favorite Izu since I've started going. It was literally the best time. I went with a good group of people. I went with my boyfriend, who it was actually, shout out to you, Andrea. Shout out to the boyfriend, Andrea. He actually helped me with this YouTube thing. Go check out his channel, Bruce Couture. Anyways, he's gonna die when he sees this. Anyways, so yeah, I went with him and it was actually his first festival, so just introducing him to this life like was also very special. And the first date was amazing. We had a good group. Even though it rained, we had the best time. In the middle, I remember this was during it was when Porter Robinson, well, Virtual Self, was playing, and I found out I lost my ID, which, like, as anyone knows, like, that's literally the worst feeling when you lose something, especially your ID. Like, when you lose your ID at a festival, like, I guess if you lose your phone, your ID, money, okay, whatever, but, like, like those things, like, you're just, like... like your whole, like, it's not good vibes anymore. You can't focus on having a good time. Like, you're literally so stressed about it. And like, of course, we couldn't find it. I was retracing my steps, and then like it was towards the end of the night, so everyone was just telling me, like, listen, like, just go to the Lost and Found, like, see if they'll have it. And I was like freaking out because this was the first day, so I needed my ID for the remaining 2 days. Also, I'm from New York DMVs are horrible, so like that would have been like the worst too, having to deal with that. Like I was so upset when that happened. So then whatever, we fast track, we ended up just going home like later in the day. Still had a good time. Like, first day, awesome. And then the second day, like, I remember being so nervous that I wasn't gonna have my ID, and like I had to explain to the security guard, I had to kind of give him my sad, like, puppy dog look, like, excuse me, like, I have a picture of my passport, like, I'm really 22, like, you don't have to give me a 21 over wristband, just let me go through the gates, like, I'm over 18, I look like I'm 30, like, just let me in, please. And of course he did. We spoke to like the manager and he was really nice about it, and he's like, you can go, but just go straight to like Lost and Found, make sure you have your ID, and if you do end up getting your ID, you could get the 21 over. That really wasn't a priority at this point. Being able to drink, what was a priority was that I would find my ID and I would be good to go, and I learned my lesson not to freaking open my fanny pack every 30 seconds, making sure my ID's in there. Meanwhile, I should just open it maybe once every few hours. Anyways, lesson learned now. But again, skipping, I'm rambling. We end up finding it at the Lost and Found. They got in, I told them my name, in a matter of seconds they gave it to me. I was like, oh my god! And this day it was just me and my boyfriend, so like we both were like, yes, like we were so happy, like we didn't have to deal with any drama, like we went straight to go get our 21 and over, well, he already had his, but I went to go get my 21 over wristband, like, and we just went straight to get, I'm like, I need a drink after this, like it was so good. And like that second day really was like, that was like setting the mood for the whole day. It was literally so amazing, like the rest of the day going out. I remember we saw Cash and they were playing so many vocals, and like we were just day drinking and having fun. And then we were on the side, like, you know, like the front, you go to the side so it's not as crowded, you can still dance. So that's kind of like what we were doing the whole weekend. But what we ended up doing, we were there for Cascade, and like that was actually the first time I saw Cascade live. I've been listening to music forever and I've never got to see him live, and I was crying the entire time. And it's funny because the security guard that was there, she was kind of like talking to me and my boyfriend a lot the whole time. Like we were always smiling at her, and she kind of remembered us from the previous night, so she was such a sweetheart. And like she let me and him go through VIP, which like I was just thinking about it now, I was like, oh my god, like I didn't expect that. But she was literally so nice about it. She let us go through VIP just in time to see Martin Garrix was about to go live. I forgot who was going off, but I remember it was just in time to see Martin Garrix closing, and it was insane. Like we literally were front row and center. We did not expect that. She was literally like such pure vibes. Like I gave her the biggest hug and was like, thank you so much. I think she just saw how much like I was feeling the vibe and how I was crying during Cascade, that she's like, okay, let me make this girl's life and this guy's life and let them just go. Like they're all good vibes. Like we were good vibes. Like we were vibing with everyone there. So I guess you see, like good things do happen to good people. So that was probably like amazing. Like, and then she ended up, we went again the third day, and we went with my boyfriend and his two friends, and she ended up letting us go again because she just loved us that much. So I don't know her name, not that I'm gonna say her name and put her on blast, because like, you know, I mean, I hope no one gets in trouble for this video. She really didn't mean in bad intentions. I mean, I will literally buy VIP next year if that's possible. But it was just such a nice gesture, and like it's like so crazy, like as strangers they could just see like how happy that place makes you, and it was just the best time. Like it was just so great. The food was great. Like I think that I'm answering like some of these other questions that are here. I'm getting ahead of myself, but that was definitely like the best memories. Like just like also, oh my god, huge thing, like the second and third day I met, like, okay, so as you guys know, there's a bunch of shufflers in our community, and they are amazing and they are killing it, and I wish I could shuffle. I'm so jealous of those people. Like I wish I can do it. So just to name a few, as you guys might know, E-Cruz is her Instagram. She was in Blau's, a few Blau's works. I think she was in like his music video, or she usually dances on stage when he's performing. So of course Blau was there the third day, and I'm like passing, I saw her, like you recognize her, like you see her on social media, so you definitely like notice her right away. She just stands out, like she's so pretty and like so like happy and jumpy, and like I saw him like, hey Cruz, and like she's like walking the opposite direction to go dance on Blau's stage, like probably getting ready to go there, and she just says hi, like, and it's like the sweetest like little moment, like, and I was just like, oh my god, like she actually said hi to me. It's like you kind of meet like a celebrity. And then two other shufflers, Gabby Davis, she I don't want to like mess up her name, I think it's Gabby Davis, but she's like another like amazing dancer. She actually worked with Don Diablo. They're actually like good friends, they always post each other, and I like me and her had like a moment. Like I saw her near the VIP section that night that we saw Cascade, and I was like telling my boyfriend, like, oh my god, that's like Gabby. Like he's like, whoa, who's that? And I was like, she's like this famous like EDM shuffler. Like I was explaining to him, I was like fangirling like hardcore, and like she like said hi to me, and she's like, hi beautiful. Like I was just like, oh my god. And like we took a picture, and I look really crazy in it, and I look like I'm in the verge of tears. Like it's just awesome. Like they do their things, and they're so passionate about it, and they support like everyone else who wants to be shufflers. So like that's amazing. And then, oh yeah, I can't forget I Am Long. He's another shuffler, which is, I'm gonna do like a quick throwback story with him. I actually originally met him back in, I think, oh, it was Tiesto 4th of July at Governor's Island. He was dancing in front of me this whole time, and I didn't even realize until years later when I saw he went like viral with his shuffling videos. I remember catching a video of him, like he was like, whoa, like he was going in, and in my head I'm like, yes, like we need more people like this, like people who are so into dancing. And like I remember recording him a little, like shuffling, and then years later, I saw like his video on Instagram, and I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. And then I saw he was from New York, and I'm like, wait. And then I put two and two together. I'm like, what? Like I met him. But fast forward a few years later, I met him at Izu again. I was just walking, and you know, like they're recording their videos with their friends, and it looks awesome, and they're doing their thing. And me being like an idiot, I'm a little tipsy at this point. I'm like recording on Snapchat. I'm like, I am long. And he like looks at me, he smiles, and like his friends, like I could tell they like kind of hated me because the freaking beat was about to drop. Like he was about to drop some serious shapes, but he was just like, no, it's okay. Like he put his hands like, it's okay. And he like came up to me, he's like, hi, and I'm like, you're amazing. Like it was I'm like really embarrassed now thinking back to it, but it was so sweet that he literally wasn't like annoyed or wasn't like, no, get away from me. Like I appreciate that so much. So if you guys are end up watching me, first of all, do you remember me? Probably not. Or I am long probably remembers me because I completely messed up that video. But oh my god, if you guys like tag them or tell them to check, I will literally freak out. They are all amazing, and I'm glad it's so funny, I saw all three of them that weekend. And I hope to see them again soon. I actually saw E-Cruz and Gab. I saw E-Cruz at Moonrise Festival when I went. I saw her from a distance, but I didn't have the courage to say hi to her because I was terrified. But like now I know, like just go up to them. Like they probably love that, and if they don't, then like then maybe I shouldn't follow them. No, but then they're awesome. They all say hi to me. They all spread good vibes. And wow, I really went in with this question, so we should just get to the next one.
Give